sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we talk outdoors for the next 90 minutes here on March the 17th, March Madness. And it doesn't just pertain to basketball, though we're all heavily involved in that and picking brackets out. And I love to do that. That's fun. I'm always in the 10% group down there at the bottom, but it's also the Bassmaster Classic going on. We're getting ready to start turkey season here, and a lot of people are getting ready. They're getting their farm equipment ready. I know that now. So, and we have the man that can talk tractors. He can talk Indian motorcycles. He can talk all sorts of ATVs, and it's always good to have Frank Barton in the building this morning. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Larry, and good morning, everybody out there.
There we go, Frank with a radio voice, and he's bearing with the Grizzlies, and he's keeping his seat right there. Okay, that's why.
Bearing with the Grizzlies.
Well, bearing is about the right word.
No pun intended.
No pun intended, right there. So, but anyway, and of course, this being the third Saturday, you now have the unique opportunity to bring in our webmaster himself. LROutdoors.com guru is over there, and Guy Trebo. Good morning, Guy.
Good morning, Larry.
Hey, good for Guy. He's all pumped up this morning, I can tell, and everything. Good to have you here, and we're going to talk a little bit about the website here in the first segment. Of course, Greg Ratliff is taking care of us this morning. Wow, I'll tell you what, it's hard to believe it's March. The weather's been up and down, just like my body, I think. It's been up and down. This weather just kills me, and I try to do certain things. I did not play golf, Guy, on last Tuesday because it was 30. Our league kicked off 32 degrees when they started and 46 when they finished.
Wow. That was a couple of days ago?
Yes, it was the Old Timers League, and I did not participate, but hopefully we will be at Quail Ridge this coming week. But let's talk to these guys because we got – Frank's already said it's a fishing show. But Frank likes to fish, but there are some other guests included in this roundup. We try to do a little bit. Actually got fishing in here without Wong, but, of course, Wong will be on because Ron is over at the Classic in Lake Hartwell in South Carolina, in Greenville, South Carolina, even though he is ill. Had 2 relapses. He gave me his reports where he was traveling, and he got in there plenty of time on Wednesday. And was not. He told me he wasn't going to go out with any of them. He said he would not go out in the boat with any of the anglers because he didn't want to. He was thinking of himself, but I'm sure none of the anglers wanted him in the boat either with them because it'd be bad enough to get sick. But I'm going to get a report from him a little bit later in the show. And, well, I'm looking really forward to talking to a young man from Memphis. Well, he's actually from Bartlett. That just went down to Ross Barnett Reservoir, and he won the co-angler division in one of the Bass Pro shops, Bassmaster Central Open on Ross Barnett. He was the co-angler winner, which gave him a new boat and a motor and things along that line, and that's Justin Leet. But he also got to fish in the tournament on the first day with the eventual winner, which I'm really glad this guy from Hot Springs, Arkansas, he is really one of the true veterans of the circuit that came back and won, and that's Stephen Browning. And then we're going to Louisiana for a while this morning, if we can hook up with our good friend David Best, primary tackle. He's down in Gonzales, Louisiana, for the Louisiana Sportsman Show. Now, I've never been to Gonzales, Louisiana. I assume it's, I'm not sure where it is, where Gonzales is. It sounds like it should be near Texas or maybe New Mexico. I don't know, Gonzales, Louisiana. Frank's not saying anything 'cause he doesn't know where it is.
Close enough.
It's close enough, but
Starts with a G.
Starts with a G,
Okay.
and it'll be. And Frank is looking it up. But let's talk a little bit with you, Frank, about the springtime right now. I would think at Barton Power Sports, whether you're in Jonesboro, West Memphis, Forest City, the new store in Mount Moriah here in Memphis, and I know I missed one someplace in there, but
Jonesboro, Forest City, West Memphis, and Memphis.
Forest City, that's what I got. Forest City in there, but this is I would expect time of the year that maybe you can get. Is this bargain time? I mean, do you have a time that's really the best time to purchase? We're not going to get into Kubota tractors because I know there's always it's time for tractors, whether you just like to ride them around or something. But talk about the ATV time, because I know duck season's over. People have brought them in, and there's no telling what these ATVs look
We're
like.
still working on ones that are being brought in from duck season.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So what? Well, tell me that.
Well,
I mean,
they've taken them and they put them up, and now they've taken them back out. The weather's improved, and they've gone back out to do something, and then they realize that they should have done something right after duck season. So they're, pay me now, pay me later type of.
Well, so
type of
tell me,
deal.
what is the most common thing that after duck season that a hunter will bring his ATV in? What is the most common thing that you guys usually work on?
Front end and rear differentials. And we hear things like it's making a noise.
Oh, it's making a noise.
Making a noise.
Yeah.
And so what happens
That was
is
my stomach earlier.
when these, as you know, because you've ridden with me enough.
Yes, I have.
We can go in pretty deep water in our rigs.
Yeah, I wear my little floaties.
Yeah,
when I
so
go with Frank.
when you run out there in the deeper water, it doesn't make a difference. You've got everything's waterproof / resistant.
Okay.
But you're still going to get water. You got seals keeping the water out of the gear cases, and as it's moving around, you're still going to get water inside the gear cases a little bit. And if nothing else, you're going to get water in there because it sweats and condensation inside.
Uh-huh.
So we need to get the water out. And if you don't get the water out, then you pay. It costs you more money in the tail end. So that's what we tell everybody.
We're 6 weeks out. Duck season is about 6 weeks back behind us, and you're still getting.
Yeah, people put them up, and they just they get. I'm done with duck season. The weather's bad.
Yeah,
and it's cold and it's wet. And you think about it, we just got through with the wettest February on record.
Yes, yeah.
And so people, they didn't want to get them out, so they're bringing them into us, and that's the biggest thing that we see, and that's the more expensive problems to have. But that's why I tell everybody, when you get done with duck season, bring it in. Let's change all the fluids, get all the water out, put fresh fluid in, and then put it up for next time.
But
don't wait until. But I say that, and then come September and October, we'll have people that set up
you will
all year long. So that's.
And also, I was thinking the other day about recreational ATVs. Those people who like to just spin around in the mud.
Muddin.
Well, they
Muddin.
Muddin. Okay. Well, muddin. Do you sell muddin?
We sell lots of muddin units.
Yeah. And because I can see what the truck looks like, so I can imagine how much wear and tear on. So, is there a special ATV for muddin?
Polaris is one of the few manufacturers that actually makes a what they call it an MUD, but it's a mud unit, but it's already comes from the factory with snorkels on it. Where
Come on.
Oh yeah, where you can go way deeper than you and I have been.
Snorkels
On it, where we can go deeper than you and I have gone.
I can
Larry.
imagine Guy Trebo riding one of those.
I can do that.
Through the Wolf River
people,
bottoms?
Yeah, they wear, they'll be out there and it'll be a 50 and, they'll be out there in 50 to 60 degree days and going in the mud and wearing their waders because when they're
sitting. What is the kick for this?
Oh, they have fun time on it. I mean, it's really exploded in the last 5 to 10 years. There are ATV parks all around the country now where people go and it's a family activity. Yeah,
mudding. Okay. Well, I guess I'm beyond mudding. Back in my days, we were just glad to have a scooter. Everybody wanted a scooter, an Allstate or something along that line. Now it's insurance. But so check out Frank Barton. I really want to see the. I don't know about this, but I did see on the national news that a certain brand was struggling a little bit. And we don't have to. That
would be the other American.
Yes, it would be
motorcycle company.
Yeah. So in 2 minutes, can you tell me about how things are going with Indian?
Indian's doing really, really well. I'm excited. The first February, as wet as it was, I was really surprised with the number of bikes that we sold, and here we are, the middle of March, and we've sold a lot. And I'm
what you
tickled
want.
to death. It was kind of what my vision was when we opened up the store over here.
Yeah,
and
you're visionary
for Memphis, and we're selling lots of Indians. We have an open house today.
On Mount Moriah?
When I leave here,
all right,
they are setting up as we speak and getting ready for the open house. And when I leave here, I'm going to go over there, and the very first thing I'm going to do is start cooking. Because I'm the designated cook today.
And what are we having today?
We'll have hamburgers and hot dogs.
Right.
We'll just
So give them that address.
At 5715 Mount Moriah, right down the road from here.
It is right close to Intercom Radio, and
we'll be doing that all day long. We're doing test rides on motorcycles and hopefully selling lots of motorcycles. I've already got a lot of friends that have said we're coming to your open house. I got some people that are coming from Illinois.
To your open house.
They're coming from Illinois to the open house for their anniversary.
Their anniversary.
They're anniversary, and they're coming to see me.
That's like the couple that celebrate the anniversary on the Mississippi River fishing with James Patterson. It turned out to be Hurricane Elvis Day, so I know we're not gonna have that today.
No.
No. And I didn't get into Guy talking about the website because we're going to announce the winner next week. We got many, many entries. I'm glad it was so simple. And Guy set it up on LR Outdoors for the Bassmaster Pick Your Winner contest, and they came straight to me. So I know, and there was really some poor choices here. I'm going to tell you. We won't know the winner till tomorrow. I mean, I'm talking about.
Does that include yours?
I didn't.
Or you're not eligible, are you?
But I did pick
last
year's.
You did pick one, didn't you?
I did pick last year's winner, so we don't want to talk about that. We'll talk to Guy.
Did you really pick him?
I picked him to win back-to-back. Yeah, I wanted to see some. Well, the Bird Dogs went back-to-back. Why can't the Classic guy go back-to-back?
Oh, I don't doubt that.
It's possible.
Still the first champ that ever had to get a hitchhiker ride back to the dock.
That's right.
To win the Classic.
Well, I want him. We'll talk about that. That'll be on next week's show anyway. I'll squeeze that in because next week is gobble, gobble, gobble. We'll be talking turkeys on next week's show. All right, let's take our first break of the morning. I'm fired up. Be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Larry Ray.